Welcome back to this edition of Interviewing Hollywood with me, your host, Shahid Manning. We are at the DVD party for Pick Up the Mic, and I think we are here with one of the artists, if not with one of the homo hip-hop artists. His name is Drew Mason. Drew, welcome.
What's up, guys? What's up?
What's going on?
So Drew, I'm in the building.
Drew is very talented. In fact, I think we're going to have a performance by Drew. Is that true, Drew? You've promised us a performance?
I'll do a little something if that's all right. Is that all right?
That's all right.
All right, cool.
What's the name of the song?
I'll do a verse from my song titled Preach.
Okay, Preach.
All right.
Give us like 30 seconds, max.
All right. Realistically speaking, a tone, generate a new nation of thug because I keep generating vibes with my tongue. Clap, clap goes the gun. HTP shells keep these haters on the run. A venomous reminiscence of back in the day. A lost soul in the rain, but he found his way. Dried off by these playalistic skills. Known to stack bills and known to keep it real to the deal and to the drug game. Kept me out the rain, but ashamed of those days where that was all I had to say. So I stepped my game up and sat my child down. Put my mind at the elevation. Ended up in a new town. Still flipping pounds, but still gaining the grounds to be a success. Do you feel me now? The Lord blessed me with the gift, so I reign my name. Drew Mason's in a place with no shame. My mind is in a hustle 4 times harder than 10, so go and turn this up. Let's see that grin 4 times to your mind. Play it back, rewind it. If ever on the grind, then you feel my shine, cause I'm a gay white rapper, the next Tupac, because I speak true thought. Let my lyrics drop from deep within my soul, so I keep it rock. Solid motherfucker, spit it off the top.
Woo! That was great, Drew. I was going to say for a second there, that's just a real good spit, but then you included the sexuality thing in it. So tell us, what is some of the hard, the obstacles that you are facing being in this industry? This is a really strong question. I ask everyone this at this particular location because this seems like it hits home to everybody. So tell us some of the obstacles that you are experiencing trying to become what you're trying to become as a homo hip-hop artist.
The struggle right now is just really being the starving artist, I've spent the money on the record, the $5 grand that I came out of pocket to put together my project, to just now have it at the point where I'm living in Hollywood. I'm going broke.
Well, do you have a CD? Do I have a CD?
We don't have the CDs yet. They actually just they started getting manufactured on last Monday, so we're not gonna get them for a little while.
Okay, so is this your first CD? What's the name of it?
This is actually my 3rd record, but this is my first out record, and the title of it is The Paradigm Shift.
Oh wow, fantastic. So I noticed that a lot of the other artists actually have agents and people who are doing distribution and stuff. What is the difference?
Well, I have an agent. I have distribution. My manager is Deadly, and my record label rep. And the owner of the record label is the owner of OutHipHop.com, Camilo himself. So, I got Deadly in my corner, and I got the man himself, Camilo J. So.
Oh, that's fantastic. So, but still, you having to come out of the pocket with the financing. Is that true with everybody though?
Well, my record got done, it was finished by the time that I was approached. So basically, it was like the demo that I had created, the music that I had started to put out in the world is what got me my deal. Gotcha. My $5 grand had already been spent,
Right. So now, the meaning of Pick Up the Mic to you and your struggle and what you're doing, explain that.
To me, what it feels like is like we're taking a stamp and we're putting a stamp on this fucking industry. Wow. Like, we're in this. This is our shit, and we're not leaving. You gotta fucking kill us to make us leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna be. It's the type of thing where, like, once you're in it, it's for life. It's for life. And this is the type of thing, like, we're gonna be in this until the tombstone hits the top of this strong-willed mind. You feel me?
Wow, fantastic. That's the kind of determination, quite frankly, that you need to make sure that this thing really works. It's struggle. Honestly, everything's a struggle, right? So if you're going to make it happen, you need people on the front lines that are willing to take on the struggle. Right. You absolutely love hip hop. Explain to me where the influences came. What are your key influences when you were growing up?
Tupac.
Tupac. You said Tupac. Did you say young or the white Tupac?
No, I'm saying like the Tupac. All Eyes on Me, Tupac.
You know, if finding interesting, there's a whole different age gap between the two of us, but you're just saying, all eyes on me, I'm Tupac. I'm like, I believe in what he believed in. Do you know Tupac was very homophobic?
Yeah, I feel that, but you know, like to me, that record, Tupac, All Eyes on Me, that first record that he did when he got out of prison, Suge Knight put up the money for him to get out of jail. He worked on that record. It was like his blood, sweat, and tears. It was like, I got out of jail for a reason. I'm here to give it all up. And he did, man, he did. And that's my favorite record. And why I talk about that record so much is because that's the one that spoke to me the most. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you a hard question, because I know what I'm noticing is that everyone's influence are these rappers that are seemingly on the surface homophobic. Yet those are your champions. Those are the people who have influenced you. It's almost like a family that wouldn't accept you, but you love what they're about. How do you deal with that, and how do you justify that psychologically to say, I want to be like the person who would fuck me up if they knew I was gay?
Well, I don't know, man. I mean, to be honest, hopefully he wouldn't fuck me up, you know, but how I deal with it is, you know, I think it was different then. You know, 10 years ago, it was a lot different to be an out rapper than it is now. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's like the biggest part of it is the times are changing, and the scene is evolving, and people are starting to recognize that, you know, the homophobic you know, the standard of, you know, the homophobic society not being able to appreciate and understand and willing to accept the gay public as part of the movement. It's changing. Now the line is getting skewed with a lot of the artists that are coming out now. The line of straight and gay is getting skewed, and now it's like there's, you know, more of a time to make it happen than ever because the belief is there. You know what I'm saying?
So your argument assumes that if he was still here and alive with us today, he would be a lot more sensitive to the gay movement. That's what you're thinking?
I can't say that he'd be more sensitive, but hopefully he would be a lot more open to it. You know what I'm saying? And I think, you know, I've heard people speak out on it. You know, Busta Rhymes and such, and I'm hoping, you know, that now that there's been years that, you know, it's like it's a changing of the times. It really is, you know.
So our collective word to the Main Street hip hop R&B artists is get over it, include us, because the message is really about who we are and not about our sexuality. Do you agree with that?
And we're here to stay, man. I mean, like, hip hop is something that lives inside of these kids. It's something that, you know, they're born into. It's something that speaks to them more than anything else. It speaks to them more than their parents. It speaks to them more than their boyfriend or girlfriend. This is something that we love, and it lives inside of us. So it's not about gay or straight or your sexuality, M to whatever, F to whatever. It's about, you know, the music, and about bringing people together, and the belief in yourself, and that if you believe in yourself and you stick to, you know, believing in yourself and your dream, that you can do it and you can make it.
You know what, guys? I love what Drew just said, because as a black man who saw this evolve from its very beginnings, it is wonderful to see that everyone has embraced it as what it was truly supposed to be in the first place, a music about people and struggles and pride, and get things out there so people can see truth, not sexuality. Thank you again for joining us on this edition of Interviewing Hollywood with me, your host, Shahid Manning. And remember, just like me and Drew, you are people too. You are stars. Love you guys. Talk to you later and see you soon. Stay tuned. Bye now.